All right, Mr. Mayor, thank you first off for having us.
My pleasure.
Concerns today about the trash fee being instituted. Obviously, it's not set in stone yet.
No.
What's the process that goes forward?
Well, our Horticulture, Environment, and Beautification Committee has been studying this issue for over a year, along with city staff. We've had numerous public forums on the issue. We've discussed it in front of a number of committees. We've discussed it at City Council. A recommendation has been made that we change our basic level of service from rear yard trash pickup, and our HEB committee is recommending that we change to curbside trash pickup, with the option still available to the homeowner that they have rear yard trash pickup, but that would be paid for by the homeowner instead of paid for by the city. That would be at a maximum fee of $15 a month. That's the proposal that's going to be discussed Tuesday night at our City Council meeting. The City Council has made no decision on what our new trash contract is going to be. The trash contract, and I should have taken a step back, our trash contract is up at the end of June of 2014. We have the option of extending our exact same contract with a 3% increase. As I said, our HEB committee and city staff has recommended that we change the level of service to curbside with the option of the homeowner paying for a rear yard trash pickup, which will save the city hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, is more environmentally responsible. And we found in our own surveys that a majority of our residents are not using rear yard trash pickup. So that's why the recommendation has come forward. That will be discussed at the City Council meeting this Tuesday evening and perhaps decided that night.
And so from your point of view, this is our contract's up. As people who are responsible for the tax dollars of the people of Creve Coeur, it benefits the majority of the people of Creve Coeur based on your surveys.
Yes.
That you make this switch now.
Yes. Yeah. There's a number of factors that are going into that. The financial impact is just one of those factors, but that's the recommendation. It's a difficult issue because it could be considered a quality of life issue. People are used to having rear yard trash pickup, so a change like that is always difficult. I wrote about it in our last monthly newsletter article. And as difficult as change may be, it may be the right thing to do at this point in time.
Now the concern, let me just check my picture here. The concern some people raised, and I live in Maryland, so we talked about that a little bit, that Creve Coeur is perceived as a city that has a little bit of an older population.
Yes, sir.
Than maybe some of the areas around here. Settled in, they've been here for a long time.
Yes.
So some of the concerns raised were about the people who maybe are unable to bring their trash down, maybe not, 12 months of the year, but 2 or 3 months of the year when it's snowy, icy, rainy.
Right.
And then there were other concerns brought up about, well, if I work late and my trash cans are sitting out, I'm advertising to people, hey, I'm not home.
Those are a number of issues. Interestingly enough, I asked my parents, who are older, and they live on in a ranch home on a 1 acre lot. And the point that they made is that they take their recycle to the curb already. It's not that difficult to take the trash. I'm not sure that everybody shares that same that same opinion, and so we need to look at that and consider it carefully. Creve Coeur does have an older population. We're a more established community. And the last thing we want to do is create hardships for our residents. And so that will be probably a very critical part of our discussion Tuesday
and so
evening.
The council is looking at saying,
absolutely.
If you have a handicap sticker, if you are a senior citizen, there may be ways around the $60
yes, sir.
fees. They just haven't been ironed out yet.
Right. And that's part of the discussion on Tuesday evening.
And what are you thinking it will be passed on Tuesday, or is there a timeline where it has to be done?
No, we're fortunate that we've been out in front of this issue for many months. Our contract is up at the end of June of 2014. We established a timeline when we first started talking about this many months ago that we'd like to make a decision as early as possible. But I think more importantly, we want to get the decision right. We still have the option to renew our current contract with a 3% increase. And then the issue sort of goes away for 3 years. And while some people may call that kicking the can down the road, and I don't think that's necessarily responsible either. It would be politically, it would be very easy to do. But this is an important issue, and there's a number of compelling arguments on either side of the issue. But I think it's important that we address that now. If we don't get it resolved Tuesday night, we'll get it resolved soon enough.
It's very difficult to make 100% of people 100% happy.
We're not. We've come to that conclusion. We're not going to make everybody happy. But we're trying to make a thoughtful, informed decision. And our discussions continue Tuesday night, whether it's resolved then or resolved in 2 weeks from then or a month or 3 months from then.
Is there anything that I'm not getting on?
No, I think you've hit all the important points.
Taking the time.
My pleasure. Thank you.
And again, I know by just our presence here, sometimes it's a real pain. But